Hello there. Thank you for considering this product. So this video will help you understand how to use a file, and if you're a bit technical, I'll help you understand how these percentages are used and what are the intricacies of how this works. Okay. So unlike other skill metrics, you can go ahead and fully edit it, and it's completely user friendly, and there is no macro on this, even though the file extension is .xlsm, but there's nothing like a macro. It's purely on the drop downs and how the list sheet works and everything. So unlike other skill metrics, we do have the main difference in this particular skill sheet is you can go ahead and use it with a it's like uh, an added parameter. So I'll explain what that means. So assume that if you're looking for a skill matrix for three parameters, generally if you add all those three and divide it by all those three metrics with a value, let's say, and if you divide it by three, that's just a normal average that you get. But in here we can get weighted average as well. So I'll explain what that is. So assume that we have three products, and in this case, let's say you have three skills, and each of the skill is more complex than the other. So in other words, assume that a person who's just finishing only the induction, like just an intro video, it's not equal to a person who's doing 1.5 hours video. So that's where all these list amounts and the weightage which we give is here, and all of these information that you change are directly updated in the drop down. So there's one note, however, is just because you change just a value here, it doesn't automatically update the selected value. So assume that, let's say, you go ahead and change these the tick or anything to a different number. Already selected values will not change, but it will allow you but the drop down will change with a newer value. The reason is, assume that you wanted to track the progress, or you make a change from now on, so the historical data will not change. So that's the idea. So the way how this percentage is calculated is based on the weightage that you give here. You can change the weightage as however you see fit. You can change all the values however you set fit. So one thing to note here is, like, if you see this, these are ticks. Although it's you can use different fonts like Wingdings and other things to have a different look and feel and so on. So please do use appropriately. So even though it says 6%, so if we go ahead and change this to something which is not delivered, it may not actually change this fully, because probably the point is getting changed for the entire thing. So I'll tell you how this thing works. So if you kind of come to the right all the way, so if you come to uh, so if you come down to the right all the way, so if you go to cell GM, all of these values get updated from the list sheet. So in other words, if you change this value based on the drop down that you select, this values will check. Don't worry if you're not able to understand the information that you have here. Even if you don't understand, it's okay, but I'm just giving you a little bit technical information as to how it works. So based on the drop down that you select, these things will get updated. So what happens is, all of these drop downs are, you do have like a total number that we have. So if you add all of this, it says 780. So it'll take an average of that, and it'll kind of divide it in the percentage here. So that's the way it works. So just because you change some value, it doesn't mean that the entire staff level's name will automatically change so drastically. But unless you go ahead and change almost like a lot of values, these things will change. Do a trial and error method, you'll be able to understand what I mean. These staff names, you can simply go ahead and change this just by selecting that cell. Same with the proficiency level and so on. So that's pretty straightforward, and you can go ahead and press end and press to the right arrow, it'll directly take you to the information here. So that's the way it works. So it's pretty straightforward. You can go ahead and use this. So this shows the staff proficiency level based on all the information on a weighted average. This tells you a specific course, how efficient people are. So there'll be times where, for example, if you see, let's say this is an induction, almost everybody will be able to finish it. So that shows the complexity of this particular, the skill level or the training that you want to put. But at the same time, if it's a low score, which means that everybody is failing, probably you may need to revamp the score of that particular, I'm sorry, revamp the contents of the training that you have, maybe make it more user friendly. So that tells you on both sides, both the staff level information and as well as the proficiency information and so on. So that's the way it works. Let me know if there are any queries. I'll be happy to assist. Okay, thank you. Bye.